everybody, and a very good afternoon to one and all. On behalf of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Francis Xavier Engineering College, we take great honor in welcoming one and all who have come for this webinar on modern UI development. Modern UI development is a very hot upcoming field, and we are so glad to host this webinar. To start this webinar, we will have a word of prayer. Let's look to the Heavenly Father for His divine blessings. Prayer. Loving and most gracious Heavenly Father, our Lord Jesus Christ, we thank you and praise you, Lord, for this wonderful moment you have graciously given to look at your face. Lord Jesus, we thank you and praise you for all your mercies, for all your goodness, for all your blessings, for your protection, your prosperity, the providence, and all the grace you showered on us. Once again, from the depth of our heart, we say thank you. And we surrender ourselves at your feet, Lord. Lord, at the start of this webinar, we look to your face, we seek your grace, we seek your guidance, and we seek your mercies, Lord. Lord, as the word says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Lord, fill us with your divine wisdom, your knowledge, your strength, your power, your understanding, your insight, and guide us and lead us, Lord. Lord, we especially commit today's resource person, Engineer Sangeeta, into your precious hand. We commit the organizers, and we commit all the dignitaries, and we commit all the participants into your precious hand, Lord. Bless this webinar and lead us and guide us. We surrender ourselves at defeat. Let your will be done, and let your name magnified. We give you all the glory. We offer all this prayer, the most precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen. So at the outset, once again, we take great privilege in welcoming you one and all for this webinar on modern UI development. First of all, with a grateful heart to the Lord Almighty, we thank the management of Francis Xavier Engineering College for providing all the support, for providing the motivation, and providing the initiative in conducting these webinars these days in a successful manner. We thank and we welcome our chairman and also the managing director of Francis Xavier Engineering College. Also, it's my immense pleasure to welcome Dr. K. Jayakumar, the General Manager for Development, for all his support, his motivation, and also his initiative plans in conducting all these webinars in a very successful manner. Also, it's my honor to welcome Dr. Vel Murugan, the Principal of Francis Xavier Engineering College, to this August gathering. It's my honor and my privilege to welcome the Director for Alumni, Mr. S. Krishna Kumar sir, who is among us in midst of his busy schedule. Sir, welcome you, sir, to this August gathering. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Also, it's my honor to welcome Professor P. Brinda, the HOD of CSE Department, for all her tireless effort and initiative in conducting all these webinars of Computer Science and Engineering Department in a successful manner. Also, it's my immense pleasure and honor to welcome our darling alumni of our CSE Department, our dear student, Engineer Sangeeta from the batch of 2014, who was a very intelligent and who was a very calm and who was a person full of lot of initiative and with a lot of knowledge and wisdom. We are so glad that today she is working with CTS as a user interface development specialist. We are so honored and we are so glad that she is among us as the resource person. Also, it's my honor to welcome the coordinator of this webinar, Professor Mukesh Kishan, and also Professor Rajapriya, and also the colleagues and comrades of CSE Department. So, with no time of wasting, I call upon Engineer Sangeeta, who is a UI developer with Cognizant Technologies Solutions in Chennai, to take over the session. Over to Engineer Sangeeta for the session. Thank you for this opportunity.
Hello, friend.
Yeah, you're audible, Sangeeta.
Yeah. Hello, friends. I'm Sangeeta, an alumnum of FX, graduated from here in 2014. I'm currently working in CTS as a technical developer. So my special hearty thanks to our management and also our principal, Vel Murugan sir, and our alumni Krishna Kumar sir, HOD, Brinda ma'am, and special thanks to Rajapriya ma'am to giving this opportunity. Last but not least, my heartily wishes to Aravind sir to giving this opportunity. And now I am going to explain about UI development. So before moving into UI development, 1 minute, I will share. Okay, let me start. User interface. It's a I think most of you are final year, third year, final year students. Most of you have a goal after completing engineering will wish to join in IT industries. So in IT industries, normally we have a two type of company like service based and product based. So user interface is it's a function of operating system that allows individuals to access and command the computer. So user interface is nothing, is but junction between the user and computer. So interface is a set of commands or menus where a communication is in a program. So without our knowledge, we are using the user interface. So let's see the types of user interface. It's a command line interface, menu-driven interface, graphical interface, and touch interface, voice and form-based interface. Okay, let's see one by one. Command line interface. Command line interface, we all have know that command prompt. So it's directly user will directly interact with the computer. So for here example is copy the item text D. So here I type a simple example which explains about. So we are going to copy the item.txt file from C directory and copy into the D directory, D drive. So it's later come into menu driven interface. Menu driven interface, nothing, it's a menu. We are using the computer or iPhone. Phone we all see, Go program. That are all menu driven interface. So interact with your screens or menus. Third one is graphical interface. It's the most common type of interface. Nowadays, it play a major role in our UI environment. So it should be user friendly and it should be make use of pictures or without any explanation. That picture or graphic itself used to tell what we're going to do. So we all know Facebook and so many apps. How you determine in your mobile it's a Facebook app, it's a WhatsApp, it's because of graphical interface, which is nothing but a pictorial representation. Okay. Design of user interface. It is a job of user interface. Make what designs good interface be attractive and it should be easy to use and also screen should be consistent. So you need to show a proper warning messages and online. So golden rules of user interface. I read it first. I read it out because before reading the one by one, explaining one by one. So place user in control of the interface, make it comfortable for the user, reduce cognitive load, and make user interface consistent. So what place user in control of the interface? So now here I saw the one simple example, which is a payment example, which has payment process. So in the screen itself, you're able to identify it is a payment screen. So the place user in control, and we have to place all the controls in the proper place. So here we have a input box, date calendar field, button like save, back button, and some next step. So user is visible to one, and also it should be visual cues. We have to with the idea of visual cues like Visha, PayPal, we able to identify it is a payment screen. And next one is visibility of the system status. So here, after the checkout heading, we are showing one progress called progress bar. We able to see like delivery part is completed and confirmation is going, and payment screen was displaying. So this is the makes the user to identify what the process in the state. So it play a major role in the user interface because user has to know where they are in. So next we have buttons like back button and next step. So in that they have two different colors. So why they do two different colors are placed here, I will explain in the next slide. Next one is make it comfortable for the user. So whatever application we are going to create, it should be useful to all the user and able to access all the user. For example, Facebook can access by multimillionaire, and even the college students, school students, everyone use the Facebook. So why it is? Because it is user friendly and it should be neat. It should be able to understand everyone. So here I give the simple example. These are the shopping place. So here the sketches are buy, rent, and sell. So you are able to understand the same meaning, but it is in some other name is root, migrate, and fly. So it's little bit not comfortable to user. So it should be clean
and we have to eliminate all the elements which are not useful to user, because in that place they only going to select the user. Here we don't need any button and all. So the second one is, don't ask a user for data that they have already entered. For example, if you log in any data, for successful login, you will capture the user detail like name and address and details. So any form will come, you are not able to, again, you are not asking the user what already entered one. So then avoid jargon and system oriented term. It's the already explained one, fly migrate. It's a system oriented term. You have to explain it in a simple manner. Then Fitts law. Fitts law, it's nothing but it's a width, calculate the width and height of the law. So here you see space between the by and rent. So that height and padding space and all Fitts law. I will explain later about this concept in CSS. And next one is reduce cognitive load. So chunking the sequence of information or action. So first I give you one random number, so no one is able to understand what it is. If I chunking it with a special character, now you are able to understand it is a ISD number. So we have to reduce that cognitive load and reduce the number of action required to complete a task. Here one phone reader, I will share that picture. So in that screen, you able to see that if your voice is in mute and video is in mute. So it's reduced the number of action, and also it's a visual clarity, what the user are sharing. And next one is make user interface consistent. This is the most important property, because we are able to save any form or any user input you're going to save in the form. So we all have, in that form, we have submit button to place. So one is blue in color, another is green in color. User is little bit confusing why it's differentiate the color, because I already told here we have a back button as a white in color, and next step is red, is to indicate the user is going to next step which is in bright color, and back if you forgiving, if you want any to review it, go it in back. So that's why the color should be consistent, and also visual consistency. So here we have a submit button and functional consistency. So shopping center and shopping cart. So two are images, but it's more meaningful than cart. So if you give a shopping center, it will be not understood to all of one, but it's a shopping cart, it will be easy. Next one is creating web application. So on creating web application uses the multi-tier architecture. So earlier days, web application have client server application. What is client server application? Means the user is interact with the server and through a web user interface. But nowadays, because on creating web application, user directly interact compatible with the web browser. So UI, then coming to the point, web application, we have three major parts in IT societies. We'll have UX, visual designer, UI, and only UI developer. Then UX is the user experience. What is user experience and what's the difference between the user interface? So user experience is nothing, it's the interaction as interaction user with a product or service. So it's having, usually user experience is a simple rough sketch how you're going to create in that major idea, design the goal. Then UI is a design that convert the UX and be visual design into to program to develop the code. So UX designer plays a major role. They consider each and every one, even shape and color also important in the UI design. Because if any error in the look and feel is not good, then user is not comfortable to use that application. So UX and UI design, you are able to consider each and every element and their shapes and desired tasks. Then I go with this key points in website development. So in website, the main important point is domain, technology, purpose, content, navigation, optimized, and security. So I will explain. So domain name. So domain in the sense, we have to give a unique name to our website. For example, if we create a website, we have to give a unique name. So for example, we all know Facebook, Gmail and all. How you identify it is the Gmail domain and Facebook domain? Because of this domain name only, .gmail.com, .facebook.com. So domain name is mandatory for our website. So domain name is formed by domain name system. So any name registered in domain is the domain name. So domain represents Internet Protocol rules. IP we all studied in our college days. So such as personal computer, so you're able to access. Next one is web hosting. So in order to creating a website, We have to host our application in the web. Then only worldwide we are able to access in the internet. So when you create a website, in the website it's most composed of text, images, videos, and other content also. However, people can only see your website only when it is available on the internet. So web hosting is most important and domain name is also most important. Then I'm going to third part, most important part, which is technology. So in technology, for web application, we have a client-side technology and server-side technology. So we all know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these and things are basics in the UI example. But nowadays, it's moved up to, here you're able to see my screen. So it's HTML5, I mentioned like 5 and 3 and all in image icons. So the latest version is HTML5. And in CSS, the latest version is CSS3. In JavaScript is your base. We have to know the Woods concept. And upcoming versions like jQuery, AngularJS, React.js, and Vue.js also playing a major role in the technology for creating the web application. So I mentioned few server-side technology, PHP, XML, and SQL and all database-side solution. So here we have 3 layers in the web design. Most importantly, for developing web application, we need 3 layers. One is structure, style, and behavior. So structure, without anyone, the application will not be look good. So I will show the proper example, HTML and markup. So this is the Amazon login site. So the site looks good because of this. So I will explain. This is a site which that we didn't use HTML. Without using HTML and CSS, the site will look as only a simple text. So by adding CSS and HTML, by adding HTML structure, style, and behavior only, we will be able to see a good screen. Then text HTML plus CSS equal to web page. So now we see the HTML without it. By adding first tab is the text. By adding HTML, it looks like somewhat. Then by adding CSS only, it will be a proper screen. So what is HTML5? We all know HTML. HTML is filled of basic. It's filled of H1 tag, P tag. So many tags are available. So HTML5 is proportional to HTML, CSS3, and JavaScript API. Earlier days, what is JavaScript? Earlier days, all the events are done to JavaScript. Now in HTML5, we can implement so many new features. So a lot of new features are implemented by HTML, like structural elements, semantic elements, and canvas, audio, video elements. So structural elements. So I go with some important concept in HTML5. So structural elements. So we all know in HTML5 we have a div tag, table tag, and all. So in HTML5 we no need for that div elements all over the place. For header we are using H1 tag, but in HTML5 we can use header tag. So we can show the sectionized nav tag, section, article, nav section, section, article. Article defines an article. So important, if we want to update any specific or highlight in this page, we can update it the article. Consider the newspaper. The whole newspaper, we have a header part, that is the header, and article. Shortly crop these few articles. Importantly, we have given a define an article. Footer is the below part, copywriting part, and header, what are the icon? Nav is the collection of things. It's going to navigate to other pages. Okay, I will show the live example of this screen. So this is so on seeing this site, you are able to see all the portion in the site. The blank color bar is the nav bar. So here user is able to navigate to notification, mail icon, logout, user profile section. And side one section is marked and side section is called the side nav bar, which is achieved through HTML5 and using the Bootstrap. Bootstrap is nothing, it's a combination, it's a build of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's a predefined UI things. So you can able to see nav sidebar, and the dashboard is the header part, and you have icons like new clients, work orders, this and all icons. This and all can be achieved through Asset. So particular section is implemented to Asset. I show one more example also. Okay. Then we have a inline semantic elements. So inline semantic elements. Earlier days, For we have to calculate anything, we manually we can calculate, or we had scripted something, or calculation was done by server side. But in HTML5, we have an option like mark, like semantic elements like thing we have. Its meter is the defined marked text. We can show 60% completed, 70% completed. That progress will be here. So if you give the output element, so it's automatically calculate the result. So this one is new enhancement in HTML5. And attributes. We all know that forms have so many controls. We all know the attributes like text box, input types like text box, checkbox, and all. But in HTML5, the implementer more input types. For example, for email, we can give it as email. For number, it's a number. Attribute input type equal to number, or input type equal to tel, which replace the large number of code and minimize the user thing. So search color, we are able, I saw the example also, we can able to select the color, number, email also. And also few attributes also, we can check the min-max attribute also. For example, if you see the any online customer site like Amazon or Flipkart or Myntra, you can see that this range user want to buy TV or anything, we can select 2,000 to 50,000. So we can set the min-max attribute using the HTML5. And placeholder play a major role. For example, we have one text box. In the text box, you don't know what to enter. So it's a short hint to enter in the text box. That attribute we used called the placeholder. And record, you all know it's a mandatory one. And step is a limited allow. How many steps that you want to travel. Next one is video audio elements. This elements also new implement. So we now in HTML5 we can able to convey the video elements, audio elements, also canvas elements. A simple thing. So I paste the code. Video source, we can give whatever video we want. ID, we can track the video, we can restart it, we can play the caption, whatever we want. We can achieve in HTML. It's no scripting is needed. So it's fully scriptable via the DOM. DOM is nothing, DOM manipulating object. So HTML content may have images, SVG graphics, many things. And geolocation API, which is the JavaScript API, I already told. This API play a major role nowadays. If you create any one application, and likewise we create our domain name and we host in our website. So we have to know who are all accessing our application and where we are accessing. So there we use the geolocation API. Geolocation API able to access where the user is in using the get current position. This is one of the JavaScript object, but it's an inbuilt HTML5 thing. So in that get current position in success method, we can able to know where the user is accessing our site. And watch ID, watch position, which means in which latitude or in which time we can able to how many hours the user access our application. We can able to clear the watch, and here you see that example. Then next I'm coming to, still we have so many concepts in HTML5. I share few important ones. Then I am into CSS3. So CSS3, I explain about the media queries. Media queries in CSS3. So early days is CSS2 and CSS, and CSS2 extended to CSS3. So media queries can be used to check many things. So we have to check width and height of the viewport, width and height of the device, orientation and resolution. So what is viewport? Viewport is nothing but it's used in the meta tag. So it's and width and height of the device. So for example, if you're going to create a one web page, which will be responsive to all the devices like tablet, phone, everywhere. So we are not going to create separate code for each template. So we can add it in a we can create using CSS3. We can create our website into responsive. So it should be resolution. So then media queries. So here I saw the example. So here I set the background color as the light blue, and here I have a minimum width is 400 pixel and minimum width is 800 pixel. So what it means? So on Redis on pixel for 400 pixel is a mobile one, So in mobile one, it appears like a light green color, and greater than 800 pixel tablet or iPhone tablet, iPad and all, it will be lavender in color. So this can be achieved through CSS. It's based on the pixel how it behaves. So it can be adjusted. And we have the CSS3 have more enhancement. It's animation, transformation, font, border and background. So these and all can be achieved through CSS3. Then coming to this responsive web design. Responsive web design is a small principle of scaling a size of screen in percentage. So for example, we are going to create a one form. In that form, we have a one button with just 200%. So it's appear in the right hand side of the screen. So if in mobile view, we have to place that button in the center of the screen. How we achieve that thing? So it can be achieved using the CSS throw only. So we have an option like float left or right. Float in CSS3, float is used to place our control to where it is placed. So place our control to the current position. So left or right. So we have a center option. Flexible. Flexible is used to place our application. It should be adapted to all our device. So grid layout, flexible videos, simple CSS3, extension, this and all used. So why we need responsive web design? So because user are not going to create each and every resolution. So in responsive web design, we have the flexible grid layout, images, videos, and media queries. Then here I show the one example. So it's a one example which was created by HTML5. So here the header part, China is a purple in color, is header part, and side is side menu. The center position is the section content, and left side is the R side. So it's in desktop mode. Let's consider the same thing. How will you appear in the tablet and mobile and iPhone? This is the example. So this is the desktop. In mobile view, you can see that side menu, left side or side menu will come into the footer of the page. So above the footer of the page, and phone you can able to see the menu. So likewise, the screen will reduce. Likewise, the screen will change for their resolution. Then viewport. So CSS3 is mainly depend on viewport. So meta name viewport content equal to with device minus with instance scale equal to 1.0. So this viewport determines the where that location. Viewport is means, for example, if you are using iPhone, your screen size is considered as the viewport, and content is with device minus with. Device is your height of the width of your device. So initial scale is 1.0. Here we can set the zooming option. So initial scale is 1. For example, you all have a touch screen. If you zoom anything, how it behaves? Because of this touch tip, this property only. Initial scale equal to zoom 1.0. You can zoom it wherever you want. So it's one of the grid view example. Basically, in a grid, in a row, we have a 12 column. Likewise, only we are splitting for the responsive web design. Whatever the screen, the width is 100%, the screen width is 100%. In a 100%, one row will having a 12 columns only. So column 1, column 2, likewise 12 column only. For example, we have a 2 section. How we divide in a row? 6. By using column with the 6, we can divide. So here we have a 4 part. So we can split it as a 4 width and full 12 width. So this I explain about the width. So building a responsive grid view. So this is column 1, column 2, column 3. So this is column 12, which is with this 100%, and below the footer is with this 100%. This one is 25%. So it covered a column 1, 2, 3. 3 column was 7. So 3 column with this 25%. And here you checking. Then jQuery. It's okay. I think I completed the CSS part. Now I'm going to the JavaScript side. We all know JavaScript, so I directly go with the upcoming version with the jQuery and after with Angular. So jQuery is the fast and feature-rich JavaScript library to use and learn. So for example, in JavaScript, if you want to get the value of the one text field, you can get by document.getElement. You can use the object, the script value like document.getElement by ID. But in jQuery, it will be much easy. We can get that value by using that ID directly dollar of that ID and get value we can use. So many new features implemented by the base of JavaScript. So now the latest technology what I'm going to explain is Angular. So Angular is a type-based open source one front-end application platform. So it allows the user to create a single page application. The main important one is Angular to create it as a single page application, but it looks like a multi-page. The user is navigate from dashboard page to form page, contact us page, or it's any feedback page, but the page will be a single page application. They are only rendering the appropriate template only. So Angular is combined templates, dependency injection, end-to-end tooling, and integrated best practices to solve challenges. So Angular screen. So earlier days, Angular is start with Angular.js file, Angular.js, and now it's coming into Angular 2, 4, and 5. Now it's the latest version is Angular 9. So it's the Angular version. So let me explain with the Angular a little bit detail. So single page application is the one, it's HTML, JavaScript, which is downloaded from HTTP server, and it looks like multiple pages. It's translated from one to other page. So the it's nothing. For example, in Angular, it's a JavaScript frame. It built only the client side framework. Earlier days for submission, cookies, local storage, and all, everything is checked in the server side. Now it is handled in the UI side. So Angular is bootstrap our application, so it will be responsive. So it makes to you reach our UI application good and enhance user experience of user. So Angular is written in TypeScript language. TypeScript language. We all know, as I discussed, like JavaScript, jQuery, Angular language. Then what is TypeScript? TypeScript is nothing. It's a higher or superset of JavaScript. So we wrote the code in TypeScript, but it's compiled into JavaScript in a browser. So JavaScript is used in HTML pages only. So the main idea is it's running JavaScript, but TypeScript is little bit structured one. So on coming to the TypeScript, so in JavaScript, we were able to get any variable or any name, declare any object. We are only using var variable. But in TypeScript, we are able to declare whether the entered it is a string or number or anything. So in JavaScript is used in HTML pages. So here I saw TypeScript. TypeScript, we can compile it as a JavaScript use, and again it's turned into HTML. So generally, on applying on anything we wrote in Angular code, so Angular is consists of one structure which is template and service side and authentication, and we have one concept called router. So in Angular, we have a router concept. In router, what we do, user able to check what is authentication and authorization. So which these and all will done in UI side only. Earlier days, this and all achieved through server side. Now it will be handled in UI side. So router, how it helps? Router helps to our application whether the URL, because many person will access this URL. For example, let me consider this Google Meet also. Many person will access, it's a free one. So if you want to access a specific one, those who are registered like that, we have to set their authenticate. So that authenticate key will handle in Angular. So in using router, we can handle whether the user is appropriate user or whether the user is able to access this site, like and all we are able to access. Then in UI HTML screen, basically in HTML, so web application means it's a combined of HTML, CSS3 and JavaScript. So now we have a structure like JavaScript, jQuery, AngularJS, and TypeScript, and Vue.js, React.js. So many front-end application are there. If you want to learn more in the front-end application, more latest technology, use some software like Visual Studio Code and implement. Try simple example you can try. Hello, hearing me? Hearing me? So let's start. Let's start some other few things. So we all know few concepts in UI. So this UI not standalone it's working. We have a little bit server side also, like .NET or MVC pattern and we have MVVM model. That thing. For example, I will explain one small example. You have a form. So in that form, you need to log in inside that form and navigate to dashboard page. There we can see this list of students. So you on clicking that student link, we able to see specific student detail, how it can be achieved in UI side. So first we need to check the form. So for form, we need two important fields, which is text username and password. So if user are entering wrong, we need to show whether the entered user is entered credential or wrong or right. So this part is checking major part. So on click of form submit, we need to collect all the input field and pass it. We need to collect all the input fields and pass it to server whether the entered user is valid or not, how it can be achieved. So on click of button, so we need to handle the button handle. So button on click, we can implement button on click of implement button on click action. So in that click action, we can achieve so many things. So in that click action, we validate the username. It's having any special characters and validation and all we can do. Also, user is navigating on successful validation. We can navigate our page into dashboard screen. So in dashboard screen, I'll show on dashboard screen. This is one of the dashboard screen. So for example, I will log in here. So I see the logout option here. So this must be mandatory in all our application. Whether user is logged in, you need to log out and you need to show the user name. So here right hand side is show the user. It will be pictorial representation. But while seeing the screen, I'm able to know I'm logging as a Mark Stephen as a Bootstrap dashboard. I mean dashboard page I open. So here in the nav menu, we have more number of components like home, drop down, tables, chart, form, login. These and all components. And this section, new clients, work order, it's and all showing the case total count what we achieve. And this is on a graph level, and it's 95% a graph chart, pie chart, more number of chart can be achieved. And I show one real-time example. So one real-time example using CSS3. So here you are able to see doc type HTML. First line is the doc type HTML. So you all know in HTML we are using earlier days doc type XHTML, HTML. But in HTML5 we can simply use doc type HTML. This only tells the browser how to render it properly. Then it's a simple HTML page. We have HTML tag and head tag. Style 1. I will explain this style detail. Here I see one example and here I explain about the animation. So what is animation? Here they're giving the width and height of 100. So it's appears as a rectangle. For example, height as 100 and I will give width as 10 pixel. How it will behave? So it will look here a single line. So I will give it 100, which is a rectangle. If it is 50 and 50, it look like a circle. So I will give that background color as red. So I wrote one animation name with name going to create one animation. That name is just example. So animation duration is 4 seconds, which means for each 4 seconds you have to turn their color. So I wrote keyframes. Keyframes plays an important role in animation. For creating any animation, we can create using the keyframes. Syntax. This one is syntax. So keyframes. The animation name is example from and to, which is start from red color and to end it in yellow color. So if I run the application, you see for within 4 seconds, it turns the color from background red to yellow. So it's slowly animating. That's why it's red and it goes to orange and pale and then red. It's one of the live example of CSS. Then I go to another example. It's for responsive web design. So here you see they mentioned it's a meta viewport device with the initial scale. So here they wrote at the CSS for menu items and menu item these and all they wrote in CSS padding. So what is float left for led by Xmem one by one. So here you were able to see the screen. First one is menu. Menu is the class name. Here they explain in the body tab you can able to see menu here. Style overflow menu, so which is the walk, the transport history, this section. So for this section they wrote float left. So this is the screen with 100%. So float left property will used to is helpful to place our control in the left side of the screen. And there with this 25%, if I change that with this to 80%, then how it will look like. So see the width expand into up to the end of the screen. I will highlight with the border. See, for 20% width, it looks like we will place it in a left side of the screen. If with this 80%, we all know that one, but this plays an important role in the UI things. If we with this 800, it look like this one. So again, I place it as 20. Then menu item. What is menu item? Menu item is walk, transport. This thing is a menu item, one by one. Normally, we can achieve, we all know we can achieve using the ULLI tag. Here they appear using a div tag. So we wrote the class like menu item. For each menu item, they give a padding at 8 pixel. How this padding works? Let me show you a real example. For padding, I will give us a 15 pixel and run it. I will give, so you can see the space, changes in this space. Padding is a margin padding, left padding, right padding, top and bottom. So 4 padding. So if I give padding as 0, then how it will look like? So it's looking no padding, it's little bit clumsy. So CSS plays an important role. So I am giving this a padding as a 20 pixels. Then floated, then background color, then margin. Margin also plays the same thing. So then coming to resolution part. So here they could max with this 800 and only screen max with this 500. So 0 to 500 pixel. Then max with it 0 to 800 pixel with this 80%. So I will show one thing. So this is the responsive mode. Okay. Okay, I will show the real time. Okay. You see, it's one of the real time example page. So I will show in a responsive page. The earlier I said this one is the header part and this navigation. This is side nav and home page and resolution easy. On expanding that, it will expand. So you are able to see it will adapt that HTML and CSS we wrote, it fit to our screen. So whatever the result, it's a 460 resolution. If you're going with iPhone or iPhone X or iPad, the screen will appear, looks like even for all our environment. It's because of this viewport and design and all. So I hope I will share few things to you. You learned something useful in this session. So thanks for your cooperation and making this session good. So if you have any question, please let me know.
Participants, if you have any questions, you can please ask, or you can please type in the chat box. Thank you, Sangeeta, for the wonderful session.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
I think, Sangeeta, there is one question for you, I think, in the chat box.
1 minute. Before going to domain name, I will explain how you are adding the audio and video clips in the URL development. So I will show the live example for you. See the video live. So here I will go with the example. So video with source height and width, and here we place the source value. So it defines the height and width of this. For example, we give 100 and height is 240 pixel. So the video will be look like this because the height width is small. So here this tag will helpful to play the video inside the in the appropriate control. This source is nothing. If you have experience to add an image source, the same concept is actually here. You have a source tag. So in the source equal to movie MP4 and type what the video type is. What the video type is, either MP4 or anything. So we can add it. Likewise, same thing we can add it is the audio. And next question is how to get domain name for the website. So for example, if you want to create a domain name, so you want to register, you have to register in the name with an organization. For example, if you choose a domain like example.com, you have to pay a registration fee. It's based on the web server. You have to pay the registration fee. I'm going to create anyone. For example, if you go in the same thing only, google.com is one thing. If you want to create a Gmail account in google.com, you create a name, right? Likewise, you have to create a domain name and you have to pay according to the web server or where the physical location of the server, why the URL will be created, that and all you have to give importance of the domain.
Thank you, Sangeeta, for answering. Any more questions? If anybody has, you can please ask. I think there's one more question, Sangeeta, for you.
Which tool is best for UI design? So, tool in this sense, you are able to create the application or use the language. For editing, for developing tool, we can use Visual Studio Code, Notepad, this and all editor, and tool like Bootstrap, Kendo UI, that and all component for which have a lot of predefined UIs. I will show one link also. Bootstrap nowadays it plays a major role in UI development.
I think there's one more question for you. What is different between UI/UX?
UI and UX. UI is the user interface and UX is user experience. So UI program needs to be developed. UX is the user. Ours only user. For example, we have a form. So user only knows how the it's easy to access. So for example, here I saw the two pages, like one page having two buttons, get started and develop. But UX person will normally design where the button will be placed. Here the button, here the bootstrap icon. That and all the knowledge gathering and analysis, how the people will going through that and all will achieve it through UX person. And for UI, they're going to develop what the UX person design, visual design, what the UX person was given. So like a PPT manner. If they sketch in a PPT or any Photoshop or any tool, roughly they can sketch it. So UX person is roughly they sketch their thoughts and minds, how it will be implemented. UI person will develop how they create, how they want. So this is one of the live example. It's a lot of predefined components. See that if you want to import any label, you want to show any error message, like in that concept, we can pick that image or button size. Also, we have so many button types. So we no need to add lot of code for button color and all. Inbuilt predefined. So if you're adding button primary, it's blue in color. This under predefined, not only buttons, all things, carousel, drop down. So everything we will have a predefined one. We have to check. We have to use this component.
Thank you, Sangeeta. Yeah, that's one more question.
Predefined listing pages. Yeah, so one minute. If you want to Not for internet. If you want to develop, nothing software will be needed for your host. Just for example, you note in a notepad or notepad plus file, you just save it hello world.html. It will run in the browser, right? This is also one of the web page host. How it host in your computer, you can say you can have a like ISS server. So in that server, you can host any free domain and you can check for your use. You can access.
Yeah. Any more questions you have? Yeah. Thank you, Sangeeta. That was a awesome session. That was a wonderful session you handled. You gave it with full your heart and your soul and your mind with so much of preparation. It was an exhaustive presentation, and also there was so much of live examples you showed, and it was a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, and we are so proud of you, Sangeeta, for coming here back to FXCC, connecting back to FXCC, and sharing your expertise with us. And once again, thank you so much. I think Kumar sir will be in the line.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sir, can you please share a few words, sir? Okay. Once again, on behalf of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Francis Xavier Engineering College, we wish to thank you one and all for making this webinar a grand success. First of all, I thank the Lord Almighty for all His manifold blessings and His guidance and His grace for making this webinar a grand success. And also, it's my immense pleasure to place my gratitude to the management of Francis Xavier Engineering College, to our chairman, and also our managing director for extending all the support and initiative in conducting this webinar in a grand manner. I also wish to thank the top management of Francis Xavier Engineering College, our general manager development, Jay Kumar sir, our principal, Vel Murugan sir, for all their guidance and blessings in conducting this webinar in a grand manner. Also, it's my honor to thank Kumar sir, who was here with us, the director for placement, who was the backbone for our alumni association, for all his support and initiative in conducting all this webinar in a grand manner. I thank our Kumar sir for all the support. Also, it's my honor to thank Professor P. Brinda, the HOD of CSE department, for all her tireless effort in coordinating this webinars in a wonderful manner. Also, I wish to thank my colleagues and comrades of CSE department who made this webinar a grand success. I also wish to thank the coordinators, Rajapriya madam and also Professor Mukesh Krishan, for all their tireless effort in conducting this webinar in a successful manner. I wish to place on record my my heart full of gratitude to Engineer Sangeeta, our proud alumnus from the batch of 2014, for who is working with Cognizant Technology Solution, for coming here and being with us and sharing her expertise. Sangeeta, it was a very awesome session. You provided this session with your heart and your soul and mind, and there was so much of things you explained, and also there was so much of practical demos which you showed, and we are so proud of you once again for coming here and sharing your expertise, and ultimately we are so glad to see you, and once again we wish to thank you for coming and sharing your expertise, and we have no words to show our gratitude, and in a nutshell we wish to say that we are proud of you, and we wish to show our love and regards to all at home, and God bless you. And last but not the least, I wish to thank all the participants from different places who have joined with us. Many professors have joined, many students have joined, and also one of interesting part is like I think the batchmates of Sangeeta also have got joined. and it's a very wonderful experience, and it's nice to know about that. So I wish to thank one and all for joining in this webinar and making this webinar grand success. Once again, Sangeeta, thank you so much for coming and sharing. And after this COVID-19, we wish to invite you to our college to come and meet our students and also to share your expertise with them and motivate them. So thank you one and all who made this webinar a grand success. Glory be to God.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So this is my first seminar. I hope I will little bit good. I done little bit good. So thank you for giving this opportunity.
So
Thanks
it was
for my batchmates, those who are joining and ask questions. Kalai and I saw Kalai, Rema and Sita are joining. Thanks and special thanks to you, sir, for prayer keeping.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
though it was your first presentation, it was an awesome presentation, Sangeeta. You made it so good with so much of content and with so much of practical presentation. It was a professional presentation to the court. So and it was awesome. So
Yeah,
thank you so much, and we wish you to in the days ahead to do many presentations like this in a very wonderful manner in the national level, in the international level. Sangeeta, thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, love and regards to all at home. Thank you once again.
Thank you.